In today's video, I play Minecraft for another 100 days, bringing our total to 1,400 days. This video took a lot of planning, as you'll see, we built something ridiculous. So please, if you haven't already, do hit that subscribe button. Although you don't have to, but if you don't, I will judge you. Not that that's a threat or anything. Or is it? I don't know. Anyway, let's get started with the video. We are back another 100 days. Let's do this. We started off on day 1,300 by collecting a few shulker boxes and also heading to our sugarcane farm as our machine had stopped working and I wanted to fix that. So on day 1301 as we start the 100 days, I fixed the machine, got it moving again and got it harvesting that sugarcane as I need some more sugarcane as it was getting kind of low and I needed a load for paper for my rockets and look at it go, isn't that satisfying, destroying all that sugarcane, get out of here, and it's working again. I'm very happy about that. And I watched the minecart come in, took a load of the sugarcane out the chest, and made myself a couple of stacks of paper. And then I headed back to my 1.17 area, where I'm not going to really spend much time in this video, but I wanted to collect a few 1.17 materials, including deep slate and cobble deep slate and tuff. So how about we start off this video with 7 days of constant mining. Yes, using our beacon here, we managed to do a decent amount of mining. The problem is deep slate is an insta mine, so this took quite a long time, but I wanted to get a couple of chests worth, and we also found some diamonds as well, so of course I had to tower up and mine those, and we managed to get 45, which is lovely. I then gathered up all the other materials in this area that I thought I would want, and we headed out into the ocean to collect ourselves an axolotl, because I wanted to take that home as well, and I nearly drowned quite a few times whilst attempting this, but luckily I could just dig into the wall here, and we finally got the brown axolotl, which isn't the prettiest, but you know what, I'll take it. And then we headed back to our lovely castle, and when we got to the castle, I looked around and I realized, where am I going to put all these new materials? This chest system only holds 70 different items, and you can see here all the things that won't fit in it. And also I collected some iron from our iron farm as I was thinking I need a lot of iron as I want to make myself a new storage system. A massive one at that, where we can store all the items we need, including, of course, the new 1.17 blocks. But before we do that, we need to fix up our tools, and I went to the end, killed a load of endermen here until all of our tools were nice and fixed, and headed home and started gathering some grass. Luckily, we had a lot of grass. I'm not sure where this came from, but we had a lot of it. And here, over the river from like our little city we built, we're going to get working on our next big project. And that required a lot of terraforming. So I placed down all that grass you saw there, plus a load of dirt as well, as we wanted to double dirt it, as we're going to put the floor of this building we're going to build on top of this dirt here, which is, of course, turning to grass before your eyes. And that is a big platform, which means there's going to be a big building on it, even bigger than our castle over there. And because we built a big platform, it meant a lot of mobs spawned in. So obviously we had to go around lighting this area up, which was a bit tricky as there was a lot of creepers and they kept blowing up my torches. And also it used so much torches that I actually ran out of coal, so I had to go mine some more here with our coal ore. But you can see here, it's all lit up now and only endermen remain. Lovely. But to make a big chest system, you need a lot of chests. And to make chests, you need wood. So I went and gathered some wood. I made some spruce saplings here, used the last of my bone meal to bone meal these trees, and we collected a load of wood, which then made a load of chests. However, what you see here is nowhere near enough chests for what we need, as this storage system is obviously going to be a lot bigger than the last one. This here was actually too small, so I demolished that and started again. There, that's a bit more like it. However, we're not just doing a single layer. We're not just doing a double layer. Oh, no. We're going to do 4 tiers of chests. So there's going to be 2 chests per item, kind of like we have in our current storage system. And you can see me adding in the other chests here. Obviously, there's got to be gaps because we're going to make it automated. And that's what you got to do for an automated chest system. And as you can see here, it required a lot of chests, which required a lot of woods. But finally, we got it all set up, and you can see the ridiculous amount of items. 142 different items, in fact, which is more than double what our current system held, which is only 70. Lovely. I can't wait. And of course, we can't just leave the chests there by themselves. We're going to have to build a building around them. So I went back to collect some more interesting materials, and one of the main ones I wanted to use was calcite. So you see me here gathering up some nether wart in some bottles as I wanted to make some more night vision potions. And if you don't know, there's a little trick in 1.17 to find geodes under the water. All you have to do is drink a night vision potion that you can see under the ocean, and look, instantly a geode. Perfect. So I did this a few times, collected all the calcite, well, most of the calcite I could out of all of them. It's kind of awkward to collect a lot of this stuff, but we got a decent amount, as you'll see in a second in the shulker here. Nearly a full shulker. Very, very nice. And whilst I was in the area, I decided to reward myself. And what was that reward, you ask? Oh yes, of course, killing horses. I looked into the camera and we got to work with what I like to call the symphony of horses. Oh, listen to that. Isn't that just music on your ears? And why was I doing this? Well, I was very close to 300 horse kills. And look, 2 children. I'm sorry, children. You're dead. And now I have 300 horse kills. Beautiful. Feeling very pleased with myself, I headed back home to my main area of my castle, placed down a few of the materials I'll be using in this area here, and then went to check my iron farm. And my iron farm is very much a beginner iron farm, which doesn't give out much iron. And I thought, let's change this. And we've got a nice area behind our new house here, which would be perfect for a very cool iron farm. And I'm actually going to be following a tutorial from Shulkercraft. I'll leave it in the description below. And this iron farm is not only more efficient than mine, but you can also stack it on top of each other so you can make multiples. So in the future, I could keep adding more and get more and more iron. But to be honest, it's very rare that I need a lot of iron. It's only when I'm making a load of hoppers for like machines, etc. And another material I needed a lot of for this farm was obsidian. And I went to the end and did a little time lapse there. That was like 10 minutes there, you just saw, of me just mining obsidian. It's so slow to mine. And the reason we needed obsidian is because this iron farm uses nether portals. It sends the golems into the nether. You kill them in the nether with some lava. Voila, you have your iron. And although the tutorial for this was brilliant, by the way, very good tutorial, I had a nightmare building this thing. There were so many things that went wrong, and I just want to say now, I hate zombies. Zombies are the worst. They suck. I hate them. They can just go away and die. All right, now that that's over with, this is how the farm works. You need villagers for this farm, and to get villagers there, I decided to use my villager breeder, which I have under my area over here, and use a rail system to transport them all the way over. It's not too far, but I did have to go make some more rails to finish this off. Get them up here, and then you just sort of plop them in. But look, we got loads of villagers. Watch them go. I love seeing that on the train thing. And to be honest, this went relatively smoothly. It did go wrong a couple of times where villagers escaped, but they didn't get far, and I always managed to get them in place with relative ease, which was lovely. I normally hate working with villagers, but today it was the zombies that were going to be the problem. More so the iron golems, actually, than the zombies. The zombies kind of cooperated. It was the iron golems that were the things that are annoying. You'll see in a second. But of course, I needed 12 villagers, so this took quite a while to do. You can see me just clicking my button here and villagers appear, which is honestly quite odd, but hilarious at the same time. I find that quite funny. And also, I just love seeing them come along on their rails, apart from when they would do this and get stuck, which was not funny. And this guy here escaped, which is also not funny. But luckily, he's not really got anywhere to go once I block him in here like this. And we managed to get him in, and we got working on the other villagers as well. And you can see here, these ones went a bit smoother. Look how smoothly this one went. Got those minecarts broke that minecart as well. All 3 in the hole. Mwah, beautiful. And then, of course, after all the villagers were in place, I need to get rid of the rail, which didn't take too long, and it's also quite satisfying to watch. Look at that. And here we go. It's zombie time. And how this farm works is the zombies stand on this sort of soul sand, which has got water, so they get sort of like jumped up and down, and then they scare the villagers on left and right. Iron golems spawn on that little platform up there where the portals are. Go through the portals. Iron. That's how it works. And this is the part which got annoying. Getting the zombies into the hole for one, but then the iron golems just coming along and yeeting the blooming zombie. I don't know why I destroyed this dirt here. I don't know why I thought that'd be a good idea, but the iron golem just killed him. And I was like, what are you doing, fella? I then tried to kill the iron golem and flew away, came back, and yeah, he killed me. So that was fun. So We needed to reset after that, slept, came back, which didn't take too long thanks to my emergency elytra, which has come in useful so many times, by the way. Got all my stuff, and then this time killed the iron golems properly, waited for it to become nighttime, which I did some work, just sort of, like spawn-proofing it so the iron golems couldn't spawn over there. Then started all again, collecting these zombies, which went really smoothly. Just kidding. Almost died a few times. Did get this one in really smoothly. Broke this dirt away, forgetting that the iron golem could come kill him. So yeah, that came back to bite me again later. Managed to find another one. Got this one in. This one was very tricky. He nearly killed me. But finally, I fell in the hole, I'm pretty sure. And he fell in with me. But honestly, I was just getting abused by these zombies. They were just hitting me constantly, and I was just like, get in the blooming hole. It was incredibly frustrating, but as I said, I fell in the hole, he followed me, and I managed to make my way out somehow. Not sure how that happened. I called him idiot, put a roof above his head, broke away the dirt again. Will that come back to bite me? You bet, because look, the zombies disappeared on this side, creepers are exploding, I'm panicking, managed to get another zombie, brought him back. Oh, and by the way, zombies weren't actually spawning nearby. I had to go find them from flipping miles away. Look, you can see that zombie over there is already dead. Oh my gosh, zombies, the worst. This one fell down and just got yeeted by an iron golem instantly. Watching this back makes me so angry as I remember how frustrated I was at the time. And for some reason at this point, I still hadn't learned that you can't remove the dirt as the iron golems will kill them. So I got this one in, called him idiot, broke the dirt, came back, the other one was dead. And I just looked at the camera. I didn't know what to do at this point. I was just staring at the camera, and I killed some iron golems just because I hate them and they were really annoying me. And then it was nighttime again. I'd done some more work clearing out some other stuff. Both zombies are gone. Woohoo! Let's go do this all over again. But before we do, let's passively aggressively stare at the camera. Either way, got the zombies in. Just kidding. Haha, they both fell down, got yeeted by some iron golems. These ones, however, I managed to get one in the hole, and you can see the amount of dirt there. These guys are going to be protected if it's the last thing that happens to me. And yeah, this one got yeeted by an iron golem again. So I'm just going to sigh. Either way, after about 45 minutes of torture and struggle, we finally got them in the holes. And look, they're protected by so much dirt. I'm going to kill these iron golems so that they can't kill them. Put some glass here, which was part of the tutorial that I just completely forgot, which is why they were dying, probably. And then we could finally get working on the other farms. Oh my gosh, thank goodness that part is over. The stress of reliving that has hurt me. So I started spawn protecting the top of the portals as well as lighting the portals finally. And then we went to the Nether to get working on the sort of killing chamber, let's call it. And to add insult to injury, I spawned on the worst platform ever. This netherrack here only is about 4 blocks deep, so as you can see, I dig it out here and there's just lava underneath. Yay! That means I'm going to really struggle to build this killing platform, and I had to go down, dig up from below. It was just all a nightmare. I just wanted this to be over. I wanted my iron, and I wanted to get building pretty buildings. I hate farms. They're the worst. I even wrote a sign there saying, I hate you, so the iron golems will know that I hate them before they die. The only bright side is it's very close to my actual nether portal, so that is rather fun. And we got working on the collection system here, went back to the overworld, killed the iron golems that were stopping other iron golems from spawning, and then I cleared out a load of grass and stone that the iron golems could also spawn on before finally checking to see if it worked. And look, we went to the Nether and instantly flew into lava because I'm an idiot, and then we checked and look, iron! Yay! And you can see them here disappearing, apart from this guy who spawned in the one place which I thought people couldn't spawn on slabs, but either way, it's working. Look, 3 iron golems spawned there, went straight into the Nether. We're already getting a decent amount of iron. Oh, but finally, that saga's over and it's time to do something else. And that something else is collecting a load of terracotta. Those who watch Empires will probably think, Joel, aren't you sick of terracotta? Yes, I am, but I need it for a build that I'm about to build. In fact, I need magenta terracotta. Also, let's have a quick horse kill to just release some stress from earlier before heading back, placing the terracotta in a chest here by where we're going to build. But here we ran into another problem. I've ran out of bones completely, and we need bone meal to make magenta dye from peonies. So I thought, I know where a skeleton spawner is. Back in my 1.17 world, I headed to the Nether to get a bit of soul sand there, and then I also gathered a load of kelp and some other materials as we're going to make a very basic skeleton spawner. This thing I've made about 100 times in the past, I feel like, at this point. However, this one was very very awkward because I dug out all the ground underneath it and it came with a lot of problems, as you can see here. I dig down and there's just nothing there, meaning I had to place a load of blocks, which you normally don't have to do with these farms. You just have to dig out blocks, and this was really stressing me out. But finally, we got like tube where you sent up the skeletons working, which you use the kelp for, added in the soul sand, took out all the torches, and the skeletons started dropping in, and I started killing them. And the bones started flowing into my chest. And I decided to spend about 20 or 30 minutes here just so that I wouldn't have to come back in the future. And as you can see, I almost died to a slime that appeared at one point, but I also managed to get myself a decent amount of bones. I put them in my shulker, and I headed home. However, that new nether portal I built underground to get that bit of soul sand meant that my old nether portal connected to the new nether portal, which was quite unfortunate, as I had to go back into the nether to break that nether portal, and then I had to find my way home flying through the nether, which honestly wasn't too hard, as, you know, it's 8 times less the distance, and I found it with relative ease. Lovely. And when I got home, I got bone mealing some peonies to get that magenta dye, and then I realized, oh, that gives you pink dye. I'm an idiot. So I went and bone milled some lilacs to get some magenta dye. Lovely. And then I dyed the terracotta that I had collected earlier until I had a decent amount of magenta and pink terracotta. And we're getting close to being able to build our new house, but before we can, I needed a lot of different types of wood, namely oak wood, as you can see here. I also went and got some dark oak wood, where I cleared out quite a lot of this forest here. I'm not entirely sure how many stacks I got, but let's just say it was a lot. And I also went and got some spruce wood as well. I didn't need this as much, so I didn't time-lapse it, as it was quite boring. I did notice, however, that some iron golems were still spawning, so I went and killed them, and then made sure that the area was more thoroughly spawn-proofed. And another type of wood I need was crimson, so I had to head to the nether and collect myself some crimson wood. Came home when I ran out of carrots at one point, then went back and we got a lot of this. This is one of the main woods we're going to be using for this build. I also found this piglin child and I killed it in this sort of like manic attempt here. I don't know what was going on. I was obviously in a weird mood. I'm always in a weird mood because every time I see one of these children I have to kill them. I don't know why. But on day 1348 we finally had all the woods we needed. Look at all that crimson stem. Lovely. But I then realized, oh, I actually need blackstone and I have no blackstone, so I had to head back to the nether again, this time to this sort of basalt biome or whatever it is, and collect myself a load of blackstone before getting lost once more and trying to find my way home. But we eventually made it there, and here you can see the amount of materials we're going to be using for this build. This probably should have warned me how long this was going to take to build, as I thought I would get this done in about 15 days. Took a bit longer than that. As you can see, the days counting past here. I think this took around 35 days to build, and I only build the front of it. I'm going to do a green here and just completely ignore the back. But yeah, this is a very big build. Like, in comparison to the castle, I would say this is probably about twice the size of the castle. I'd say it's a little bit less fiddly than the castle, but because it's so much bigger, it is still ridiculous to build. And when you're zoomed out in a time-lapse like this, it's quite hard to see the scale. But if you look at those scaffolding blocks there, it is massive. It's a very, very big build. And I was actually inspired by a picture I saw a long time ago on Reddit, and I just went for this sort of design with the purple roof, the dark blackstone and deep slate and everything. And I think it's quite a nice contrast to our castle, which we have. And if you're wondering how long this took to build in real time, it was about 6 hours. I watched 3 movies while building this, and they were 2-hour movies. And at the end of it, my wings and my tools were pretty broken, so I had to go fix those up quickly. And I also went to the end to get some chorus fruit, as I needed it. However, I forgot to set my spawn, so I had to fly back. I needed the chorus fruit, though, to make some end rods. And you can see here, I got the recipe wrong, but finally I used some popped chorus fruit to make a load before heading back to our 1.17 area, as the main reason we had to stop building was because we ran out of tuff. This block is very annoying to get, and I kept using a surprising amount of it. I also checked on my iron farm, and holy moly, we've got a lot of iron. That is ridiculous. I took some home, but then it was time to finish this tower here. Joking, I didn't actually finish it again. Instead, I did the 2 towers, that one on the right and the smaller one on the left, but I ran out of materials once again for the big tower. And guess what material I ran out of? That's right, tough. But you can see here, it's looking rather good. Either way, had to go back to the 1.17 area to get more tough. And this time I made sure I got plenty so I wouldn't have to come back again. Bringing us to day 1393, where I fixed my sugarcane farm once more by just placing a torch here and set it off going. And then it's time for our final time lapse of this video, where we finish off the main massive tower here, the biggest tower on this build, and it brings the build to the highest point of any building on our map here. As you can see, while I pan out here and have a nice look, oh baby, look at that. Oh, it's looking so good next to that. I decided to add it to the map as well, and as you can see, it's looking massive. Remember, only the front is done, so the castle may look a bit bigger, but it's not. I also said hi to my best friend Gerald, checked how much iron that iron farm had produced. Nothing, before heading back up here to, oh my gosh, even more iron. It was getting a bit ridiculous, the amount of iron this farm was producing. So I once again took it home, also made myself a load of hoppers, killed this ghast here, came back to get more iron, of course, filled up shulker boxes, and then started throwing some poppies into lava. And watch here as I accidentally mistake rockets for poppies. That slowed down, but yeah, that was pretty stupid. Either way, let's get placing these hoppers on the back of these chests here. First, I had to make a few more, as I needed 3 hoppers per 2 chests, if that makes sense. Had to add some dirt blocks in as like little temporary blocks there to add in the proper hoppers. Managed to do the bottom layer very nicely, and then I also got working on the top layer, and we surprisingly had enough hoppers, which is very rare for me to actually have the exact amount that I needed. We had 39 left over, which is fantastic. I then went scavenging for grass in random shulker shells I had lying around, and we got placing down some grass. When I started this video, I thought I'd be able to complete this area, add in all the terraforming, finish off the sorting system, but oh boy, I was very wrong. So yeah, we managed to get a little bit of terraforming done there, but nowhere near completed. Oh well, it's the end. 1,400 days. Let's sleep for the last time and have a little shaders tour. And don't worry, I hate leaving things incomplete, so we'll be back again for 1,500 days, where hopefully we can make that look a little bit nicer than it does now. But thank you so much for watching. If you got this far, make sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you're new, and I shall see you another time. Goodbye.